In this WrestleTalk news, CM Punk resurfaces after All Out, Brawl Out, Fall Out. Bray Wyatt has a shopping list for WWE returns, and Braun Strowman heat update. It's not cooling, and so much more, so subscribe and enable notifications to Always On for daily wrestling news videos.
Support WrestleTalk!
It's Friday, and we're here again, guys. Another visit to Punk's attorney, and Punk's attorney Phil the Groundhog says that winter is coming, and CM Punk likely won't be there. That is because the major belief is that after the backstage brawl following All Out that ended with Punk and the Elite being doled out suspensions and vacating their titles, CM Punk will not be returning to AEW and more than likely have his contract bought out. Adding slightly to that speculation is last night's occurrence, which saw CM Punk take up a commentary role for Cage Fury Fighting Championships, or CFFC 114, which aired on UFC Fighter Pass. Now, fans who watched the event said that Punk and co-commentator John Morgan did not broach the subject of his recent triceps injury, or when/if he will return to a wrestling ring, or anything to do with his AEW suspension. So there was no squeeze and absolutely no juice either. Now, Punk has been a long-time collaborator with CFFC, making his commentary debut for the promotion in December 2018 at CFFC 71, though his appearances for the MMA promotion did taper off once he signed with AEW, though he did appear for them back in July 2022, though he missed later events in July and August, likely while rehabbing his foot injury. I think because he has appeared for the promotion during his AEW tenure, it's hard to read too much into this either way of him staying or going with AEW, but I do think we can take this as a sign that we might know an answer sooner rather than later, as this is Punk resurfacing and talking in public, which he just hasn't been doing since the incident. So watch this space. Moving on to WWE, where the comeback train keeps on chugging as Mia Yim returned on Raw this week. That makes now 15 people who've been brought back to our screen since the regime switched over to Triple H's leadership. Now, another of those names who was brought back is Bray Wyatt, who is said to have a lot of say over his storylines and has higher-ups listening to all of his ideas, according to WrestleVotes, who did an interview with some weirdo called Louis Dangoor over at Give Me Sport. Now, according to WrestleVotes, some of the say that Bray Wyatt wants to have over his storylines involves bringing back even more familiar faces. He said there's people that Bray likes, people he wants to work with. Bo Dallas is one of them, and so is Eric Rowan. If Eric wants to come back, I'm sure they'd allow that if Bray also wanted it. WrestleVotes also noted that Bray is in a much different position to the last time that he was in WWE, saying, I know for a fact that they will listen to every single idea that man has, and they will try to do it to perfection. That's the kind of respect that he has. Now, Wyatt's new influence within WWE will seem unsurprising to most fans, as he's often touted as one of the most creative performers on their roster, crafting the entire worlds and lore for each of his different iterations. And I don't know, someone did some sort of whole series explaining them all on PFK if you wanted to, I don't know, go and check those out. And WWE is likely to double down on this influence over his own stories, as Bray has become the top merch seller within the company once again since his comeback, knocking the Bloodline off the #1 spot. Before we crack on with the rest of the episode, we just need to thank the cleaner Kenny Shah and Because Kevin Stone Con Said So for their support on Patreon. Now, the monster among monsters, Braun Strowman, has been no stranger to garnering heat via social media throughout his career, most notably for his ill-advised post on indie workers' financial struggles on the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic. Good one, Braun. Now, over 2 years and one firing later, Strowman is back in the news once again for his ill-advised social media game, because his recent floppy floppers tweet garnered heat from all corners of the wrestling world, from Will Ospreay to fellow WWE superstar Mustafa Ali, and recently AEW's Jeff Jarrett, who called Strowman a make-believe monster in red skinny tights. You get him, Double J. But despite all the attention Strowman has received from outside the company, the most important thing is obviously how it is being viewed internally. And unsurprisingly, the reaction in WWE isn't much better, with WWE aware of very real heat on Strowman from some of his co-workers, according to Fightful Select. Now, the same reports noted that while Strowman has mostly been on his best behavior since his return in September, social media Braun is a whole other ball game, a different gimmick that you can use to fall back on if the monster thing doesn't work out. Because while there has been speculation that Strowman's antics could be story-related or turn into a story down the line, Fightful has shot this down. Not only this, but according to PW Insider's Mike Johnson, Strowman has also reportedly received heat for issues unrelated to his social media, with reports of his tendency to arrive late and leave early to WWE events, painting a rather unprofessional picture of Strowman. Moving on to another individual who's been garnering himself a fair share of heat lately, the soon-to-be outgoing Nick Aldis of NWA, who has been suspended indefinitely after Instagram posts criticising the company and its president Billy Corgan. In response to the whole hoo-ha, two current NWA talents, Matt Cardona and Trevor Murdoch, have also chimed in with different takes on Aldis and the whole ongoing situation. Speaking with Busted Open Radio, Cardona revealed that while he initially believed that Aldis and Corgan's beef was story-related, he realised quickly that wasn't the case. He said, "I didn't know if this was legit or not because something similar happened before NWA 74. I was like, another Billy/Nick thing. But apparently, this is legit. Nick and we never saw eye to eye, but he is a hell of a talent." As for Murdoch, he also carries a lot of respect for Aldis. However, his recent comments have not gone down too well with him. Speaking with PW Torch, Murdoch stated, "My only issue was I didn't agree with Nick dragging the company and dragging the guys in it. When you start making comments like, the show is too embarrassing for me to be a part of, first off, I think that's a little bullshit. Secondly, you're disrespecting all the men and women. Nick's not the only part of the show." Now, Robert Bobby Roode has not been seen on WWE TV for quite a while now, and Roode's recent social media post from September suggested that he has been dealing with some sort of injury issue. Thankfully, however, Triple H may once again be able to call upon one of his old NXT faves, because according to WrestlingNews.co, Roode's WWE return is imminent, and not only that, there is also talk of a change of scenery for the Glorious One when he does return, because WWE are reportedly considering switching him to the SmackDown brand. I mean, this has been welcome news because it's been far too long since we've heard that iconic theme tune, and hopefully Triple H can actually book a proper main roster run for Roode this time around, and I'm hoping he's still got the moustache. From one NXT alumni to a current NXT star, because according to Wrestling Observer Radio, one Cameron Grimes could be set for a long-awaited main roster call-up very soon, and then a trip to the moon. Because Grimes has reportedly been told of said call-up, however, it is unclear what brand he's going to be debuting for. Now, Grimes was most recently feuding with Joe Gacy in the Schism on NXT, with Gacy defeating Grimes on this week's NXT, which could now well be Grimes' final appearance for the White and Gold brand. We'll have to stay tuned to find out. Now, Grimes has definitely been ready for a change of scenery for a while, so these reports are just moonzik. Doesn't work. It's not there to our ears. Alexa Bliss has been no stranger to evolving across her WWE tenure, because Bliss's different iterations have seen her remain fresh throughout her lengthy career. However, could more change now be incoming? Because speaking to WWE Deutschland, Bliss revealed that she feels in a state of flux at present and more change could be on the horizon. She said, "It is strange, and that's why I think about it a lot more recently, because I don't really know where I'm at right now when it comes to character-wise. So I think about man, I've been 8 to 9 different personas in my career. I tried to always evolve, and I am actually trying to even change from what I'm doing now." Now, Bliss's current portrayal is rather peculiar, as it hasn't completely abandoned her darker gimmick she held prior, with the Lily doll still being a featured part of her entrance presentation. However, as far as spooky shenanigans, those have mostly been left behind. I mean, for now, because Bray Wyatt was teasing something at Crown Jewel on the telly. Moving over to AEW's women's division now, and while it may be easy to forget that Thunder Rosa is in fact still the current AEW women's champion, because Rosa's absence has been begrudgingly filled by the current interim champion, Toni Storm, and it seems like there hasn't been much news on the Rosa front for a good few months, so I don't know, how about now? Any updates? No, not quite. Because appearing at her induction into the Walk of Fame in her hometown of Tijuana, Mexico, Rosa took to Instagram Live ahead of the event, even holding her championship throughout the entire video. However, this wasn't an indication of an imminent return, unfortunately, Rosa just stated. "I know you guys are really eager to know when I'm coming back. The news will come later. I'm sorry, I don't have a timeline. I just want to thank everybody for being so happy to see me and asking for me to come back. Again, I want to thank everyone for that. Hopefully we all, and Toni Storm specifically, won't have to wait too much longer. We at WrestleTalk would like to continue to offer our best wishes to Rosa as she heals up." Now, while Rosa has been away, her most famous nemesis, Britt Baker, has had her hands full with the recently debuting Saraya. The big news from this week's Dynamite came when Saraya revealed that she has in fact been cleared to make her in-ring return after 5 years out of action. Now that long-standing question has finally been cleared up, we've got more questions like what kind of schedule will the former Paige actually be working in AEW? Speaking on the sessions with a now co-worker Renee Paquette, Saraya spoke of when she got the good news and her likely schedule going forward. Halloween I went to the doctor in California, one of the best around. I got the x-rays done. These are great, but we have to triple check with CT scans and the MRI. I did the CT scan and MRI within the same hour. It was very quick. He sat there, we went through them all, and he went, "You're cleared." I burst into tears and said, "Are you serious?" He said the fusion was perfect, there were no fractures above or below. Let's talk about paralysis. It's rare. If you get kicked there, you have a cushion now. If you ever feel that you're not feeling too well, take some time off. You know your body. I will clear you to get back in the ring. She said, "How many matches can I have?" He said, "Take it easy, do one match a month and gradually start building it up." Now, it remains to be seen just how physical Saraya will get initially and how many bumps she will actually take. Regardless, it's actually really lovely to see her career finally get going again because she's wanted it for so long. One last thing before we go, and that is Black Panther Wakanda Forever is out now in cinemas, and to get sufficiently hyped up, Luke and Dan over on Cineworld's YouTube channel did a reaction video to the latest trailer in 4DX with the moving seats and everything, so you should go and check that out if you want to get hyped for Black Panther 2, and have a lovely weekend, everyone.
Hello and welcome to Cineworld. I am Luke Owen.
I'm Dan Layton.
And this is our 4DX trailer reaction for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, indeed. I am super excited for this movie.
Yeah.
But I have not seen this trailer in 4DX yet.
I haven't seen it since they first launched it, so I saw it on a phone.